There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
Got a man down over here. Dan is injured. You want to know how he got injured? All right, guys. We are getting Dan ready for work, making his little lunchbox. Yeah, this is kind of just like the nighttime routine. Why are you over here looking at me? Like I'm trying to get this.
Watch this. Ready?
Good job, baby. Good job. Like, you think it's only your kids you gotta encourage. Sometimes you gotta encourage your husband too.
Well, go on, everybody. Alright, so I don't know what Lisa intend to show you, but I'm hoping it's not just a sign of getting old or something. I hope I just did something wrong. And I hope it's nothing permanent, because when I hear people complain about back pains, it doesn't seem to be fun.
Not fun.
So I was playing with Kellan like how I normally play with Kellan. We slide down the step and got down to the bottom of the step, picked him up, and we do this thing where we do like a jump from the second step down, and then we spin. I did that spin with him, and I just felt like my spine went like this, like my whole back. So I feel like I either need to hang from a pull-up bar or something, or one of them, you know, those weird Tita hang-up things that were like you hang upside down. It was supposed to be for your spine. Well, as much as I used to make fun of that thing, I feel like I could use that right now. Anyways, our next door neighbor was nice enough to come by when he saw me leaving for work yesterday, and he was like, hey, you know, the HOA was sending letters about the lights need to be done by the 15th. Yesterday was the 16th. So Lisa ran and took down the bulk of the lights, like everything, and the only thing she didn't do was take down the icicles. And then this morning, pull those down. It's just the next task is going to be putting away the stuff. I was exhausted. That is what it is. What I do need to change though is the bulbs in the front. I did pick these bulbs that you can change them to just white, which is great, but the problem with them is that they only do the white at like the dimmest setting whenever you turn off the light, and you have to adjust it every time. So I'm gonna switch it back to the other bulbs, but I have to tell you, those bulbs are great for decorations because you can make them do multicolors. You can pick specific colors, so you can do like Lisa is saying, like Valentine's Day is the next thing, so you can do like a pink and red for Valentine's Day. For St. Patrick's Day, can do green. So it's a really versatile bulb, and actually EcoSmart makes a bulb now that you can just do it straight from your phone. You don't have to have a remote. I've turned into an EcoSmart like sales rep. I was geeking out on the fact that they fixed something that has been annoying me with bulbs for a while. But see what we're doing right now. We went and bought this fire pit, and I think this is the first time we actually came out during the winter. I don't know why Lisa is this distance away from it. I know she's kind of scared with Kellan, but he's pretty careful. What we do is we take it from underneath this. Am I right calling this a lanai? Whatever this covered thing name. We take it from under there, because what it is when it's not in use, the part goes over it and it just doubles as a table. I like things that do that, not just because we have limited space. Even in the future, hope to have a grand amount of space. I still like things to be multifunctional. If you guys watch our previous vlogs, you'll know the whole history of this and how we got this on an incredible deal between like them switching to
Summer to Christmas stuff.
And we got them for some crazy deal. Link below. So yeah, I'm gonna go change that bulb in the front, and then we're probably just gonna do some brainstorming, ask some what ifs and stuff like this. But hopefully you guys can also get some time like this just to enjoy.
This is joy.
Out west you get to a really good view of the sunset. These are the things that you live for. Is probably a hot beverage, and you know, if I'm asking for a hot beverage, something is really on and popping.
Cocoa time. Let's make some cocoa.
As you can see, we're still rocking the Christmas tree. This stuff realistically we probably might start taking down tonight, so the village will start to go away and all the other stuff. It is officially January and it's time for Christmas to go and chill. One thing I have to be thankful for is Kellan is really chill and cautious. He still needs to be supervised. I'd never leave him out here with the fire by himself.
Hot cocoa on deck. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Burn up my things, man. I know that.
We just roasted some marshmallows and then put it in the hot chocolate. Yo, comment below if you are one of those people that believes that this is hot chocolate and not hot cocoa.
You know what I'm to? You're one of those Nintendo people.
So, what we drink in Jamaica? Hot
Cocoa.
cocoa tea. You never really cook the inside of it. You just burn up one side.
Burn up the one side.
So, we're gonna continue having some outside time with the fam. Kellan's over there. So
join in, comment below what you did to kind of replicate this, even if it's not at a fire pit. What was your moment where you just slowed down and just kind of enjoy?
I guess you could actually sit in front of your stove. If you have a
don't be sad, please.
if you have one of them gas stove, turn it on, sit in front of it with you and your partner, and drink some cocoa.
I bet you turn on your TV and put on
I'm
a 4K.
on YouTube the 4K fireplace.
4K
hey,
fireplace.
whatever you know brings you happiness, because this is happiness for us. All right, see you guys soon.
She's making me not even want to bother record anymore because it's a simple thing. It have nothing to do with this. Lisa have to fix her hair. We had to spread the bed. We had to take off everything, and it has nothing to do with what we're doing right now. You want to clean the bedside tables too, please? Backside, hold the camera. You making my back hurt, man. Alright, so finally we're ready to do this now. So I bought this EcoSmart bulb and I was super impressed with it, with what it claims it can do. Lisa was not so sold on it, so I'm going to see right now if it's worth it. We have EcoSmart bulbs already, and I've actually replaced one of our bulbs here. So I'm gonna have Lisa see if she can guess which one is the new bulb, to see if you can see the difference between it. Because
That's
the big selling point on this is that what I think is ingenious and I'm impressed with. Yes, it has the battery thing. I'll explain that in a second. But usually when you go to buy a bulb, you have to decide which amount of light here. They finally put a switch on here as an LED bulb, so it's non-filament. You don't have to worry about it burning out. But you can pick the softness of the light. I'm trying to illustrate the fact that it matches so perfectly that it's going to be difficult for Lisa to try and guess which bulb it is.
It is a good, but I think it's this one.
So,
but
Lisa believes her side is the new bulb. That's the one you're going with.
Yeah, I think it just is a little brighter, but they are a good, what is this, like a bright white?
So you feel like it matches, but you think the new bulb, which you think is that one, is a little brighter.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember, she's trying to find our bulbs.
But wait, were they the original one? Is it the same wattage as that one? Maybe that's what it is, because it's like it's the same color, so there's no difference with that. But it might just be more lumens or something.
800 lumens, 4000K, 60.
Okay,
yeah,
so
this is 60.
Is the same?
800 lumens.
60. Okay.
So it's supposed to look the exact same.
All right. So am I right or am I wrong?
So Lisa believes it's this one. Are you sure that's your final guess?
All right. So you guys, I guess I wish you would have seen the first, but like, so
there should be
comment
exactly
below
the same.
If it's going to be A or B.
Or do they look different?
Do they look different? Yeah.
This is not a trick. One of them is replaced. Yeah. This is the old bulb. I took it out of one of the two. But do they look exactly the same to you, or is one of them look slightly different? Do you see the difference, Lisa?
Do you see the difference?
All right,
Am I right or
we're
am I
gonna
wrong?
go reveal it. So you're saying it's this one, right?
Yeah, I'm saying it's A.
So let's go find out. That is the
see.
old bulb.
That is the old one?
That is the old bulb.
Oh! All right, so it's actually B. Okay.
This is the new bulb here.
All right.
And this is what it can do.
Dan's gonna rotate through the different colors now.
So this is
so can you name them? Do you think you can name them?
So this is the soft white. This is the 27K. This is the bright white.
Yeah,
this
you can
is
see
a little
that,
bit more yellow. This is the true white, which is I think what these two are supposed to be. The
okay,
3500.
so don't change it yet. So yeah, okay.
There should be one more. There should be the cool white. This is the 400K, and then this is the daylight.
Ooh, yeah. To my YouTubers out there, this light, we've talked about this extensively. It's like that. So when you are filming, you want these type of like colors, because you see when it was that like yellowish one, and that's not even like a yellow one. But when I'm filming, this light is like what I really like. So this one is the daylight is always really good.
So the daylight's supposed to be the brightest
but
bulb.
That's what true white you think it is?
True white is the middle.
Okay.
That's this one.
Yeah, it kind of has like, you can see the difference. Like if I was doing makeup, you see how it kind of like yellows me a little. Go back to the daylight again.
This is daylight.
You see how that looks, right? You see the difference. I hope it shows.
I actually think it's not the true white. I think ours is the second to last.
Is the second to last.
I think it's
okay. Let's go back and see.
So from here, you'll definitely see the difference. Here is soft white.
No, it's definitely not that.
Here is bright white. Here is true white. And you can see there's a subtle difference.
Yeah.
There. Here is cool white.
I think it's cool white.
Cool white is the bulbs, I believe. Then this is daylight in comparison. You can see
daylight. No, what you had before, I think was the middle one. But look how cool that bulb is. Like, I think it's really cool.
So if you had a replacement bulb of, say there's 5 bulbs in something and something blows, you put this one in, and instead of having to try and go back and forth to the store or buy multiple bulbs, you replace it and just switch and toggle between them all. Yeah.
All right, but that exact thing happened to us back south. His blue, and he was like, "Oh, mine was fine," bulbs. And I was like, "No, it looks different." And I was like, "I can't handle that." And he was like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "No, we have to go back and get matching bulbs." You don't remember that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm weird like that.
If it's in a light that has 3 bulbs in it and one of them blows.
No, okay, this one. Let's do the bathroom.
So in the bathroom, if one of these was to blow, and you were like, I don't know if it's true white or if it's cool white.
Yeah.
Even if you were wrong and you put it in there, you would just have to switch and toggle it down to the one to match the ones that are there. Now the battery feature is $7, and it has the toggling feature to be able to go throughout the lights, which is expensive. But it's in a new technology. Hopefully it get cheaper. And hopefully you're not, or maybe you're rocking like that and you can replace all your bulbs with this. But remember, these are LEDs, so these burn less current to be able to get to those lights.
So how much is that? 993.
Say each one is 7, so yeah, 7 times 6.
54? Jeez.
Yeah. That's a lot. Now, this bulb was 9 something, so this is $10. It's like expensive.
Yeah, actually, it's actually 10. So then you can say $60 for that.
No, but this is the battery one is $10.
Yes. So explain this battery one.
So now the battery one is an extra feature. The $10 version has the battery in here. So the bulb area, as you can see, is a little bit bigger behind this, and it's not just the switch. There's a battery that's in there that's being charged as it's plugged in. It takes 6 hours to charge, according to them. We're going to test that out. This one actually comes with a 10-year warranty, and it comes with an actual advanced dimmer system. No, but all jokes aside.
Why him acting like we're sponsored by this? We're not. Just we're so you
not.
know.
I don't know nobody at EcoSmart. EcoSmart, please come and holler at me after this. Yeah, so it can go into a dimmable light system, which is another great feature. But in reality, what it is there's a battery in there that's charging as it senses that there's power coming through your current. Remember that even when you turn something off, there's still power running to it.
Yeah.
So what happens with that now is the battery, when it senses that there's no power, so like a power cut like down here in Florida because of a hurricane. So what will happen is this charges for 6 hours, and once it senses that there's no light, what it'll do at that point now is it will tell the battery to operate, and when you click it to turn on, it can now run continuously on the lowest setting, which is the 100 lumens.
Oh, that's what they said.
It's not gonna be the bright normal, but it will give you 3 hours of battery life.
Continuous.
No, that doesn't sound like a lot, but you think about it, if you're only using it in an emergency situation, you know, obviously you want to have a generator or something like this. But if you know that they're going to schedule turning off your light, sometimes they do that for a hurricane to come while the hurricane is on and popping. Because remember, yeah, you're not outside with no generator and running while the hurricane is happening. So you have to go that time without light. Bathrooms are typically dark. You can turn on the switch, do your business, turn off back the switch, and go about your way for 3 hours.
In the comments on Home Depot, plugging out the lamp and wanting to walk around with it.
Yeah, so you can't walk around with the battery. It needs to be plugged in and sense that there is no light. But this is not meant to turn this into a flashlight or a torch or whatever you want. A lantern. It's meant to turn that light thing that you're specifically on into just a temporary backup for light. What I'm going to do is I'm going to probably go and just hit the breaker just for the room so it senses that there's no light.
So we're gonna experiment with that tomorrow, or knowing Daniel, he's probably gonna want to do that tonight, but we'll show you that. But that's definitely cool. If you haven't done already, check out our hurricane video. Hurricanes can be very unpredictable in Florida, but they're always consistently coming, and a tool like that, item that you can put in your arsenal of hurricane prep, you always have to be prepared.
So this is a nice option to have. But if you can't get to a generator,
you don't have to eliminate the generator altogether. You could just say, I'm gonna get a smaller generator that's just gonna power the fridge or the stove. Hey,
Papa.
And if you have one lamp in a kid's room, use one lamp. If you have, like we have the 2 lamps, and I'm jealous like that. So Dan can't have a bulb like this in his lamp, and I don't have one. So I'm gonna need one. But it's not. It's definitely not a necessity.
High tech, but low tech enough that you're not being invasive with like AI or anything like that. This is where we're getting to the next step. This is a LED bulb, uses less power. It's able to generate those multiple colors. If it works as it's advertised, should be a big game changer. It's a great hurricane thing. If it doesn't work, I would still probably go back and switch it for the ones that can just do the multiple lights. I'm going to show you guys in a little bit if it worked, so stay tuned. Watch this, watch this. I can't be one of them parents that's like, quiet, I want you to go quiet. Like obviously sometimes you need a little peace and quiet, but yo, kids make noise, yo. It is what it is.
So Dan injured his back in some way, doing ridiculousness. I wish I could say I'm the one that did it to him. So he's trying to stretch out his back. Let me go. Let me check.
For block out the back crack.
Alright guys, peace.
What's he said? Did you ask me if I know where you are?
Yeah. Are you recording this? Don't record me! Don't record me!
So,
what if I was stuck underneath here?
Let me tell you something. When she recorded me doing silly stuff in the house, don't let her fool you like, look, this is the man I married. Hey. Yes, this is the man you married. Because look at her. Look at her. Let me zoom out. We removed Kellan's trundle from under his bed, and this is the second time that she's gone under there. Kellan has only been under there because she's gone under there. He is gonna done these bubbles. You ever see the gallon bucket of bubbles and you're like, what is that for? Like a party? No, it's for your kid that just holds down the trigger on the bubble gun. If you're going to Disney and you end up getting roped into buying one of those bubble wand things, buy a $10 gallon because they're going to spray. They're going to be their own private little parade. They're not going to release that trigger on that bubble wand, and you're going to have to buy a refill. And those are expensive. I think they're like $5, $6 at the park. This is what I'm talking about.
I got it on sale for the summer clearance.
Okay.
$5.
So she's showing off that it's $10, but she got it for $5 because you can't shop like her. See, he's saying more. You want more? Okay, you want more bubble juice? Okay.
Does it need more bubble juice?
No, he just see it, so he's like, yeah, I need more. No, don't do it. Don't do it, Lisa. Do not do the fake pour. They know better.
I'm doing the real.
Wait, mommy's still pouring it. She's putting it in there. I'm telling you, learn from your own childhood. Remember, we caught on to the fake pour. When you try to pretend and or if you're an older sibling and you try to pretend you are giving a younger sibling, once they saw you do that, you lost all trust. Don't do the fake pour. It doesn't work. Hey, turn the camera off. Those motions are not for that. Alright, what's up guys? So it's time for the big reveal. I took the EcoSmart bulb out of my lamp and I put it into one of the light fixtures up here. So I can get the tone right, even though like I told you, it's gonna hang down because the bulb is not the right size. Now, caveat, in the lamp on the bedside, we didn't get it to work. I plugged out the lamp. I had it plugged into a surge protector. I turned off the switch so it would sense that there's no light to it. We couldn't get it to work in the lamp. So I was disappointed in that and I said, okay, if I can get it to work in a fixed light like these in the bathroom, then it will be bad and not so bad. Now keep in mind, I went and did my YouTube research on some other videos where I was looking up GE's version of this bulb. Now GE's version of the bulb, they don't have the color switches, so you have to buy the color and that's all they have to it. I don't know if the brand new one does this, but they have an on and off switch on the GE version of this. This doesn't have that. This is supposed to just sense when you lose light and turn on automatically. We have been complaining about the electrical in this house, so I am not going to act as if it isn't possible that this is playing a factor. But here I am about to turn off the light switch. And there it is. So as advertised, it's 100 lumens to make it a little darker in here. It's not super bright, but like in a hurricane situation and a power outage, it'll work. But the problem is, it should be able to tell the difference between me turning off the light switch versus actually losing power. Now, to be honest, I don't know why or how I thought this technology was going to be able to tell the difference. I thought it would be able to sense that even though the light switch is off, there is like a small amount of current running through it. It doesn't seem to be doing that. What it seems to be doing is just saying there's no power going, so it just turns on the battery. The other problem with the battery in this situation is the battery is not replaceable. If the battery goes bad, it's not necessarily that the bulb is gonna go bad, but then the extra feature that you paid for doesn't work anymore. Now, it is under a 10-year warranty, but I am disappointed that it doesn't have an on and off switch in it like the GE version that I've been seeing online. This is a dud. And this is going back. Now, to be fair, I would still probably buy the EcoSmart where you can switch the different tones on it. That is still seems to be a really good product. But this one with the battery here, it doesn't have a switch, is a dud for me because it's just pointless if it's going to think that the light is gone just because I hit the switch. EcoSmart, try to catch up with what GE is doing with their version because theirs has an on and off switch. I watched a video where a lady was holding it in her hand. It wasn't plugged into anything and she was able, because it was charged, to turn it on and off in her hand and use it like a flashlight. That is so much better and so much more what people that are preparing for storms would want other than this. I mean, what purpose would this ever serve? Disappointed.
So Dan wanted me to comment on that. I think it's ridiculous. I feel like the technology is cool, but needs to be fleshed out a lot more. I would think that there is an electrical difference between turning off the power versus no power at all, because I would think if I turn it off, there's still a current moving, right? But then if the power goes off, there should be no current. So the light bulb should know the difference, but it doesn't apparently. If you do have a light bulb technology that's similar to that at your house, comment below. Maybe you had the same one and we're doing something wrong.
EcoSmart, you were this close. This close. I the light switching back and forth with the different what do they call it?
Gradients? No. Tones, temperatures. Yeah.
That is excellent. The battery saver thing, if it doesn't have a switch on it, it's dumb.
Womp womp. Womp womp.
You will always be my inspiration.